Mars aspects to Neptune. Now we already know Mars is energy. Mars about life. Mars is your strength. It's a warrior planet. It's a go-getter. It can't sit still. Mars got to have something to accomplish. And Mars like to win. So when we got Neptune into play, this is the planet of spirituality, your divinity, or who you are, spirit. And also, this is a planet of the psyche and subconscious realm, a reality like when you sleep, the dream state. And so when you got Mars, that's the warrior into the dream state. This is the warrior in the dream world. You in the dream world. You're a warrior. You fight for spirituality. Your spirituality, you're a spiritual warrior. Which means that you fight against demonic spirits. Anything that's destructive. So when you got Mars conjunction to Neptune, this part of who you are, they blend in together as one. So with this energy here, you got fire in the water. Your emotions are very intense and very strong and very hyping, but you're very compassionate and very loving, very caring. And you're not like the regular Neptune, where Neptune can just be lazy or lay back, you know what I mean, and be in his dream world, in the dream state, and stay in his mind through imagination and through fantasy. You the type that actually want to live in it, because Mars want to live in it. Mars want to experience it. Mars want to achieve. Mars is a warrior. So you're the type of Neptunian who not only is psychic and have compassion and the empath and clairsentience, you also carry it out, which means that you want to put it into action. So could be one of the most psychic placement, because like Neptune people, they can be lost by itself when they got Neptune itself and don't know their ability, don't know their skills, but you know your skills. You confidence in it, you strong in it, and you use your psychic ability every day. You just know yourself, and you just can read people like a book. You can pick up on their energy. So any environment that you step in, you're going to pick up on their energy, because you're very sensitive. You're going to definitely tap into the energy of the whole crowd, the whole environment. And you know if somebody out to get you. Because Mars is a warrior. Mars know when somebody's out to get him. So when it's into Neptune, you know who has the demon in them, who ain't spiritual as they claim. You know who's not good for you. And so with this placement here, this can make you one of the best psychics, one of the best mediums, one of the best at anything that deal with your divinity. You will fight for your divinity, and you will fight to know yourself, and you will go through many different divinities till you finally know who you are, till you finally get it, till you finally get the big picture and stick to that one divinity, which is spirituality. So you're the type that don't even accept religious like that, because it have no evidence, no facts, and you're a warrior. A warrior don't like weakness, because religion won't be good for you, because you consider it as weakness. So you're the type who actually will be into spirituality, the one who will teach it and master it and go for it, because Mars is consistent. Mars can start something and don't finish it. But in this place right here, Mars wants its divinity. Mars wants to win when dealing with the divine, because Mars can complete it. But it's up to Mars, because Mars like that so many tasks. But in the spiritual world, Mars wants to achieve that it can do it in the subconscious, that it can actually win in the subconscious. So the subconscious is very strong, very dreamy, and very meditative. So whatever you visualize or you imagine, you carry it out. And you're very sensual, because Neptune itself is sensual, deal with the energy centers. Mars is the one that express it and carry it out. So you carry out your sensuality. You're strong in it. You know what I mean? So your sensuality is very magnetic. You're very charming, and you like expensive things. And so you would dress like you're spiritual and you're divine. And you actually feel like you're spiritual and divine. Everything is spiritual. The trees, the birds, you love nature, you love life. Even dogs, humans, everybody is spiritual. So you will fight for life. You will fight for, because Neptune deal with life. So you'll fight for life, to keep life going. You'll fight for things like this. This is on the positive side. You will fight to find new ways to heal. You deal with healing, so you got the healing hands. So you because Neptune deal with energy, so you got the healing hands, and Mars will amplify the energy. So your hands is very creative, very healing. So it makes you a very good artist, because Neptune is an artist. That makes you really get into it. When you get into it, you get into it. So like Neptune can just stop and just fantasize and be stuck in the rut. but Mars ain't gonna allow you, because it's gonna be a war between Mars and Neptune if you just sit there. But when you come into balance and put your creative energy into action, that's when Mars and Neptune can really be balanced and work together. So Mars need a playground. Mars ain't gonna just sit there like the regular Neptune and fantasize. Mars wanna make it happen. And so you gonna put your dream world into action. You're gonna express it or speak it, what you dream about. You're gonna put your psychic ability into action and try it out on people and read people. And you might be the one who do psychic readings, and you into all type of divinations about and creative arts and stuff. So you might be the one who would be a painter or a drawer or artist or a musician, but you gonna carry it out, and you're gonna be one of the best at whatever you do, because Neptune is very creative, very expressive, and Neptune is the most creative placement. So with Mars there, because Mars is already creative, shoot, it's gonna add more to your creativity. And so your whole life is gonna be creative. Wherever your house gonna be creative and stylish, and anything that you touch gonna be creative. And so you so much a creative artist that whatever you touch, it'd be magical to people's eyes. They're like, wow. And they're so impressed by your skills. You got so many skills with this placement. This is the old soul. So when you got Mars that's in the old soul, Mars want to express his wisdom. The old soul. So you just ain't going to hold it in like the regular Neptune, or it's going to be an explosion. So Mars got to release it. Mars got to express it. Even you got to express it through be an example of it, walking in that light, express it through your tongue, express it in some form. It could be through action. You know what I mean? But you're going to show an example of your divinity. So everybody going to know you divine. They're going to see it because you're going to express it in some form, some way. Either carry it out. You might, like, you're so spiritual, you might have like symbols and necklaces or something. They're going to express it. So you're very expressive right here. And you're going to be very creative. People going to see your talent. They're going to see your gift. But at the same time, since this is Neptune can be escapist. So when you be escapist, you can go to the screen. And this is on the squares, the opposition side. But you are the type who love to fight for those who you feel weaker than you, or those who suffering, those who negative. So you can be a martyr for these individuals. Kamal can actually make you fight for real. Fight to help people. Kamal is the fighter. So Mars will fight and back those who need it. Mars already want to win and be it. Want to be the champion of people. Then we got Neptune want to do it in a spiritual way, but Mars gonna make you carry it out. Mars gonna make you be that giver, the one who really give money to people, who really not only advice, not only just say it or think it. Mars gonna help you carry it out. Actually do it. So these are the most giving people, most loving people, more compassionate people, more even loyal people. They be loyal to a cause. Kamal's gonna help you be loyal to a cause till you accomplish it. As long as it got to be a cause, because if it's small, you can drop it. If it's not mean nothing to you, you will let it go, because Mars like to think big and do it big, just like Jupiter. And so when you got Mars and Neptune that's conjuncted to Neptune, and they blend in together, it's part of who you are. Everything is divine. And you can speak about spirituality, speak about who you are, speak about yourself, what you went through. And so this is what you would teach. And you like to live from your intuition. You like to live from your psychic mind, because you the one who can see holographic pictures and know about pictures of imagery. Like, you can look at a picture and you can feel the energy. You can feel what it felt like. And also you can see a person's soul in the picture. And also you can be a medium that channel energy. You deal with all psychic abilities. And so you will accomplish right here, because Mars don't like to lose. If Mars focuses on spirituality, this is what it wants to accomplish, and it's going to accomplish through almost anything, unless it's small. But this ain't small. So Mars want to accomplish its divinity and reach its higher self, higher potential. So right here, Mars expresses sexity in a creative way. It expresses sexity in a spiritual way also. Not only through the mind, but also in a spiritual way. So when you have sex, that's even spiritual. Everything's spiritual right here. With this placement, Mars want to enjoy itself, so it expresses many ways that deal with divinity. So Mars love to explore Mars love to have fun. So your funness will be anything that's spiritual, anything that's divine. It'll be numerology, astrology. It'll be metaphysics. It'll be science. It'll be through your creative work, through music. So you love music more than ever. It'll be through poetry, through writing, through creative expression, through photography work, through videograph, making movies, filmmaking, being a producer, serving people, helping people, nurturing people, and loving people. This will be fun to you. This is fun, and you express yourself. This is what you love. This will keep you going. This will keep you happy with this placement. You feel divine. You feel spiritual when you accomplish these things. When you feel like helping and nurturing and giving the souls and people, and you do it your way. You don't like do it nobody else's way. You know what I mean? Because Neptune already do it his way, in a spiritual way, but you got Mars already by itself. So your business will be anything that deal with gemstones, anything that deal with spiritual things like gemstones, necklace that's spiritual, or beads and things of that nature. You wear beads around your neck or beads on your wrist, or anything that's divine, that feel divine. It ain't got to be beads or gemstone, but you open up business that deal with your divinity or that deal with yourself, your divine self. It's according to yourself. It could be going into music, creative, be a business manager, anything that deals with this. Or photography, you are the one who bring life to people, who inspire people, who motivate people. And you love this because you're the ultimate healer of the world. The old soul that can heal with the hand, that heal with your presence there. People love your aura, but you can be very aggressive. Your energy can't rest if it's not balanced, so you need that balance. And also, you can be escapist on the downside. You can go very extra hard as escapist and overdrink and oversmoke, do drugs, or over have sex, or overdo anything that's a habit. Because Neptune deal with habits, and Mars will help you overdo it. It's a warrior for habits. So you will fight about drugs. You might fight to have alcohol. You might even steal just so you can drink or smoke drugs or anything like that, or even have sex. You might even pay for sex, or even become one who sells sex. You know what I mean? Sell your sex. So that's how it works. You know what I mean? So on the downside, you might be the one to have sex. If you're a woman, you might have sex with some of everybody. If you're a man, you might have sex with everybody. So this is how it works. You might try all type of things until you don't even feel divine no more. This is when you talk about squares of opposition. Now, since you're so musical and your mind is musical, I mean your soul is musical. I mean this makes you one of the best musicians in the world, which mean a rapper, singer, anything, or just playing music itself, making beats, anything. You're the type that also can be isolated, and this is on squares of oppositions. You can be more isolated than anybody. So just watch out because you're so sensitive to energy. You're so emotional. You can snap by anything. So watch out for that. So snappy. Somebody just say a word. You think somebody always talking about you, and you just so snappy. So watch out for that and learn how to control your emotions, because you can be very angry about things that don't even really matter, or because Mars will carry you to the screen, so you can snap real big and really go through something, really be depressed. So watch out for this and really have mood swings. And so this being said, to learn how to control your emotions, and this is how you win. Also, people can take advantage of your weakness, your kindness for weakness, because you're so giving and you're so loving and you're so kind, and they can utilize you and take you for weak. But you're not weak at all. You fight for yours because you got Mars definitely that's conjuncted to Neptune. So that makes you a warrior, a spiritual warrior, and fight for what is right and how you feel. It depends on your emotions. It can be very explosive because this deal with water and fire together. And just by being divine and feeling spiritual, you catch orgasm just by that. So this is with the placement right here. Your sextile is high, you vibrate high, you're charming, you're magnetic, and people love your aura. Like being around you, very entertaining. You know how to create stories and tell stories very well and things of that nature. You're very fun loving, and people love to connect with you. And you're very good at selling yourself, advertising yourself, and advertising others, and promoting others, and seeing a good light in people. You're the type that can see the good in anyone and anything. So that's a good thing about you. Now, how do this aspect plays out through the rest of, how does Mars plays out through the rest of the aspects, which is Mars conjunction Neptune. I just read you that, so I'm glad you listened to this, so you see how it plays out through all the other aspects. Cause it's still your energy, but then it plays out differently through the other aspects, so it can reach back to Mars conjunction Neptune on the positive side. So how it plays out through Mars trine Neptune, this is your gift. It's so natural to you and so easy to you. All these traits, being a psychic empath, a clairvoyance, have cognitive ability where I know psychic ability. You got all the psychic ability, even clairsentience, even mediumship to you. Picking up on people's energy, picking up on their vibe, their aura, picking up on people's thoughts and their mind, seeing spirits, dealing with energy, knowing the energy is natural to you. It's so natural to you that you can forget it and forget that this your talent, this your gift, and avoid it. And so you must embrace this energy. This is how you win. Use your gift, use your talent, use your skills. So everything I spoke about, Mars conjunction Neptune, this will play out as your gift. Everything I spoke of, this your gift. Creative, stylish, being a designer, this is your gift. This your talent. Naturally that you're good at, naturally. Naturally a part of you. It's so easy that you can forget it, that it's a part of you. Because it's easy to you. It's natural to you. It's nothing to you. See what I'm saying? Like how it is to a sextile, how it plays out through a sextile, Mars, sextile, Neptune, this is your potential. So it's going to take a little work. All you got to do is activate it. The energy is there, and you know it's there. And that's why you love everything that's spiritual, everything that's divine, because you're working to get there. Because as you continue to grow, or as the years go by, you will grow into it. And you become Mars conjunction Neptune. That's how it works. This is your potential. So the trine that's natural part of you that you don't really have to try, then the sextile you got to put in a little work, but it's still easy to you. You just got to grow until you see that it's your potential. You just got to go for it and activate it. And once you go for it, you see that it's easy to you because it all was a part of you, this energy. And so sextile to play out, you got to grow into it. And so you will grow to be that psychic and to master it. You always was intuitive. But you grow to be good at psychic ability in general as a whole. You grow at being divine, being your highest self, controlling your emotions. You grow through all of this. You grow through it. And once you grow and develop it fully, you master it. It's easy to you. So that's all it is. Through all these aspects, it's a part of you, or it wouldn't be aspects. So that's what I'm saying. So when you got Mars, sextile, Neptune, once you grow into, you be the creative artist. You will be the psychic. You will be the astrologer, numerologist, the one over divination. You will be the master teacher, spiritual master teacher. You'll be the master warrior and go into martial arts and as a boxer or fighter or something. Not to say that you will go into it, but you be some type of, you master something that deal with the spiritual world, spiritual realm, and deal with yourself. Anyway, you master yourself and reach your higher self, higher potential, and you can teach people through that. You can teach people how it is to grow into it. You can show people how to grow and elevate themselves to reach their higher self and their potential, and how to use their psychic gifts and abilities. You teach people how to use their creative skills and their creative powers, and how they manifest their own reality, that they create their own reality. You will teach that, and you will use the universe for everything. This placement right here, Mars conjunction Neptune, will use the universe for everything. You will learn how to control your emotions, and you will learn how to master yourself right here when it's Mars, sextile, Neptune, and also this placement. So when you got Mars square Neptune, Mars fight against spirituality. It fight against or have a hard time. Really, that's opposition, but it still will have a hard time when dealing with spirituality. It will have a hard time finding its divinity. It will have a hard time struggling with everybody who's spiritual or everybody who religion. It will have a hard time. It will have a hard time trying to develop itself to become spiritual. The only thing we want to do is take action. And we want to live out this animal nature of having sex and be the money go getter and be the one who want to win and everything and have a big ego and it's all about the self. It will have a hard time connecting to Neptune or experiencing its divinity. It would experience it, but when it do experience it, it will have a hard time because it will struggle. It will see demons and go crazy. It could go crazy and be very emotional, off balance, and very snappish and and very hold a grudge and go through it. You know what I mean? It could go through it and you can destroy yourself with this placement. But see, once you after you done go through it and you master yourself and you bring balance right here, this is when you'll win, because you can be the best teacher and you can become the Mars conjunction Neptune energy, where you be the spiritual master teacher, the best psychic, the best astrologer, numerologist, the best at metaphysics, the best at anything that deal with the occult knowledge, hidden knowledge, and you can be the best after you go through it. It'd be the same as Mars conjunction Neptune after you go through it and you master it. But if you don't, you continue to go through it till you suffer yourself and to your death, till you suffer yourself and die. You know what I mean? And so this is why you should master your energy and embrace it and bring balance to it. So that's why you should learn everything about divinity. And you might feel like you need a teacher and need many teachers right here with this placement, Mars square Neptune. You might idolize people because you might don't think that you are it, or that you're enough, or you might don't feel energetic. You might lose a lot of energy right here, where you might always feeling tired and frustrated and going through it and feel like you're alone and want to be alone and separate from other people and stuff like that. Be very aloof and stuff like that. And so you might be the one who don't care about your life no more and be into drugs and alcohol is heavy and be have sex addiction and porn addiction and all this other stuff. And you might be a weirdo or homosexual or feel like that in general. You ain't gonna be that, but you gonna feel like that or go through stages like that where people think you're a weirdo and things like that. So also with this placement, you can feel like the demon is attacking you and all type of stuff. So once you master this placement and understand that you got the ability to master this and control yourself and control this energy and show people about this energy and tell people about this energy, how to master themselves, you can be the best teacher, because we all know that experience makes a person the best teacher in the world. So you not only will you have the world experience, you also will have the subconscious world experience. So that's what it will teach you. So when you got Mars opposing Neptune, Mars opposition Neptune, you got Mars fight against spirituality, fight against being divine, fight against his creative skills and ability, fight against being lazy, fight against being in this fantasy world or in his mind all the time, fight against his psychic ability and say that it don't have psychic ability, and say that you don't have psychic ability, that you don't have gifts, that you don't have this. Be so negative, so down and out. So you might don't even feel like you divine. You just feel like you be more into the world, be so ego and headstrong, and fight against those who claiming they're saints, and all talking bad about those who claiming they're saints, or those who spiritual and those who are divine. Or you can want to be divine, but you might don't feel like you can be divine. You might not have enough confidence, enough faith. You know what I mean? So this placement needs faith. It needs strength. And so it already got strength as a conjunction, a trine, a sextile. But with the squares in opposition, it needs faith. It needs trust. It needs to learn how to control its emotion and connect. Because it's the negative aspects of this placement. Conjunction can play out through all of them. The conjunction can be a sextile and treat like it's your potential and you can grow into it. I mean, instead of it being you right now as blend in, instead of it being Mars blending in with Neptune. Or it can play out as a trine that you forget that this is a part of you and this is your natural gift and talent. Or it can play out like this square, the Mars square Neptune, where you can fight, have a hard time against divinity, have a hard time coping with your emotions and dealing with your emotions, and be a drug addict or alcohol addict or sex addict and things of that nature. Or it can play out like an opposition where Mars fight against Neptune, where you have so much low self-esteem that you don't understand your divinity, don't care about being divine or creative or being into the subconscious world and things of that nature. So the conjunction can play out through all of them. So this is how it works. You know what I mean? That's why it's good to all the aspects, because it just play out differently. Like with the trine, this your gift. Sextile, you got to grow into it until you master it, where you could actually be a Mars conjunction Neptune or Mars trine Neptune, and the square, you have a hard time. You will go through it when dealing with the Mars square Neptune energy, and and in the opposition, you'll fight against this. You opposes this. Mars opposes Neptune, and so after you master the squares of oppositions, and a lot of people charge with squares of oppositions. Once they master it, they be the best at whatever they do. They be very successful, and so once you master this part of you, you become the Mars conjunction Neptune, and you'll master yourself. You be the master psychic, astrologer, numerologist, over divination, over anything that's divine, anything that's spiritual, anything that's creative, and anything that deal with humanitarian issues. I mean, helping the masses, or helping people, or giving to people, and things of that nature. And you have great faith. So once you master this, you'll be very powerful. So as I can't bring you this light, it gets still redder than this. I shake.